How much have the events of this year skewed that predictability of the forward calendar for the sector?
I don't think that really changes the fundamental dynamics. The time from drug discovery to approval are forever shortening, partly because of the industry and partly because of the FDA. These opportunities, if that's the right word to use, come along episodically and pharma steps up and makes some money off of it. But it doesn't really change the underlying business model. But it's a very important question as whether the gain from this is political or whether it's financial. And we err more towards the political side. And for that reason, right of now, we haven't included vaccine-related COVID sales in any of our forecasts. Our valuation and recommendations are done on an ex-vaccine approach.
It's a sad fact that globally, tens of millions of people have died in 2020 and only a relatively small portion have died of COVID-19 and its implications. And again, we're not comparing like for like when we look at individual diseases, but how much has this striving for a pandemic vaccine, a COVID-19 vaccine, how much has it skewed the ability of these other companies to go forth and basically find cures and vaccines and various other processes which will basically alleviate those other deaths and those other serious illnesses out there, Andrew? Has it taken too much attention from these very important quests?
So I think for sure, there's been a drain of attention throughout all the companies. It's partly compensated by an energy, which this has infused in a sense of urgency, and also the learnings that have been put in place through COVID about what steps you can skip, if that's the right word, and how quickly you can move, which is going to be usefully applied in the post-COVID environment. So there has been, particularly on the research side, some resources pulled away, some programs have gone slowly. It's been difficult to recruit patients for some trials, but there are some compensatory offsets. So in aggregate, I think the industry feels quite comfortable that much of their business in terms of the R&D side remains intact. The marketing side and patients not coming forward and getting treatments or being diagnosed with cancer, that's a whole different story.